mentioned in my opening statement, the travel and tourism industry in the United States they need help to recover from the pandemic. And I believe Brand USA has a significant role to play. It is a program that does not cost a single taxpayer dollar and provides 25-to-1 return on investment. But the funding mechanism relies on inbound international travel being accessible across our borders. I think you probably know that. The questions are, will you commit to working with myself and this committee as we look towards a legislative fix that will address the absence of matching contributions from the private sector to Brand USA? I think that's vital. What role can the department play in assisting with the recovery of Brand USA?
Yeah, thank you for the question. My answer is yes. I would look forward to working with you to do that. As you say, travel and tourism has been devastated, and Brand USA is an incredibly important initiative, which, as you say, relies on the revenue coming from travel and tourism. So I would look forward to working with you and members of the House and the Senate to figure out how we get it funded, since the traditional funding stream has been dried up.
Thank you very much. And to follow, what additional economic programs are currently in place at the DOC to assist in revamping local businesses and economies struggling from the lack of travel and tourism, like those in my district?
So we are about, Congress appropriated $750 million to the EDA, to Commerce, specifically for travel and tourism. And very soon, we are about to put the notice of funding opportunities out for that money. And at that time, every state will have the opportunity to receive some of that money. It could be used for marketing. It could be used for job training. It could be, again, it'll be very flexible. So we'll work with you and your community to make sure that you can take the benefit of that.
So that could be marketing overseas as well. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes, it was going to be very flexible.
Okay, thank you. Next question. As you mentioned in your testimony, the U.S. has been hit with several cyber attacks over the past year, and it seems these attacks are becoming more frequent and with higher stakes, unfortunately. The attacks result in significant damage to our nation. For example, after the recent ransomware attacks on JBS meatpacking company, Americans are seeing higher prices for meat. Up until now, cybersecurity was not a common household topic when discussing areas the U.S. should focus on. I think it's imperative we alter this narrative and quickly ensure we mitigate further attacks on our country. Can you elaborate on any guidance Madam Secretary DOC has issued within the department or to sectors of our economy on best practices to increase the protections against cyber attacks, or to train individuals to detect suspicious activity? We had some issues in my district in the city of Oldsmar with regard to the water supply, and there was a cyber attack. So if you could give us some information with regard to that, we would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, so first of all, I couldn't agree more. Second of all, the president is extremely focused on this. I have been doing convenings with the private sector in order to urge them to take the threat of ransomware seriously and modernize their cyber defenses, including implementing the practices in the president's executive order on improving cybersecurity. His executive order outlines 5 high priority cybersecurity initiatives that, if implemented, will reduce the risk of cyber attacks. The good news is some of these are quite simple, like two-factor authentication or proper backups. And so we really need to push the private sector to do their fair share, take it more seriously, and take these 5 steps.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Chair, and I yield back.